Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator working in Scotland. So I have come on today to show you the Takeout Treats bundle. So in the Autumn Winter catalogue on page 50, the Takeout Treats, not everyone will have noticed it, kind of looks just in a wee corner here. Remember, when you buy a bundle you get 10% off, so that is quite a good offer. Now, I decided to buy this set because I saw something that someone else had made with it, and I did show you it when I was showing you my swaps. It was from the Celebrating Scotland Day, so if you look back at that video you'll see the item that I saw made with this set, and it really made me want to have it because I can see that this is something that I'll be able to use. I'll be able to use it, you know, for birthday treats, Christmas treats. I'm using it today as with a Halloween theme. Also, it would be brilliant for wedding favours. So I've got lots of ideas for this, so watch this space. But today I'm just going to show you a wee takeout treat box, how we make the takeout treat box, and I'm going to use the stamp set as well, the dies and the stamp set, and what I've got left of the paper, the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper from the previous page. And I also have one of the sheets of the black foil sheets. Now, I've not used it before, so I don't know how well it's going to stick, but we're just going to have a go and see what happens. We'll learn from it together, I would think. Okay, so look at the gloss on that, isn't that fab? Okay, so I was forced to take a break there. So I've cut the postman came and my mum phoned, and well, you know how it goes in a normal household. So I've cut the card down a bit red so it can go through the big shot. I've actually cut a strip that's 5.5 inches wide because that fits on here. So I need to cut out two of course I'm showing you, but you can't see that as usual with me. So I need to cut out two of these. So I always go, I don't know if I went right through there actually, right, and then I take it back again. As I say, I've not used this glossy card before, so you know, we're discovering it together. Right, one cut out, and then we'll cut out the second one. So you need two of these shapes to make the treat box, for every single treat box. So, but the good thing about these dies is all your score lines are already marked when you cut it out. So it takes the guesswork, takes away hours of measuring and cutting. But I've no doubt there are people out there who can do this from scratch. I just think, well, if we've got a die that can make it easier, why not? So we'll take away the waste and we'll keep this piece. Now, I had a piece of grey card which I raked out so that I could cut the tags. Oh, here it is underneath. And of course I only just want to cut two tags. Now this is Smoky Slate. I just want these two tags, so just need a piece about that. As you see, I didn't prep very much, just thought I'd show you the process. But of course, with a big shot in the way, I'm getting things off screen. Right, so I put a piece of Smoky Slate there, and I want that little tag. Oops! That little tag there, and that little tag there. I am planning to treat myself to the magnetic platform for my big shot, but not this side of Christmas. It'll be next year sometime. For the moment we'll be fine. Okay, so there's my two tags, and I can get the big shot out of the way. I love my big shot, but not when I'm filming. Next I've got my tag, and I've got so that I can put a sentiment on there. But everything else I think we'll do with scissors, etc. So hope you're with me so far. So I need to get the catalogue out of the way, we don't need that. Put the paper to the side for the moment. Excuse me. Right, so we have these two parts. So what I want to do here is basically just follow what I can see with the score line. Sometimes you find you can fold in, but I just persuade them to do what they want to do with my fingers. So sometimes if you go with the score and then against it, I just use my fingers for this. And again, you can see the base. Whoops. The base, you can go against it and with it, against it, and just use your fingers. Okay, and this tab, so just all your wee tabs. In fact, just pull it in, go with it, and then against it. And then your lid part as well here. Okay. Right, so what, on each one you need to put just a little line of wet glue. Now, I've done this before with our normal card. I haven't done it with this glossy, so I'm really not sure. I haven't experimented. I don't know how well this is going to. Might just take a minute or two and just take off any excess glue with your fingers, because you don't want it to be a sticky mess afterwards. Oh, don't want to go. Just give it a minute. I think I've put too much glue on there. We learn together, don't we? I think it's just going to take a bit longer. I did put a bit too much on. No, I'm not. This is not going to be good, is it? Oh dear. I'm going to cover that up with some paper anyway, it won't. What can I say? Maybe try things before you film. It's going to hold this a bit longer. I think it is going to stick. I used far too much. And do you know what? I think let the glue get tacky before you start to get it together. We'll just let that dry there. Okay, so you really are learning with me here. As I don't know about you, but I learn everything the hard way. I've not talked to anyone about the glossy card and what it sticks best with. The only way to find out what things do is to try. Do you know, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of card. If it doesn't work, well, I'll just cut something else. What I'm going to do this time is I'm still going to go with the wet glue thing, but I'm going to just put a bit on there. Leave it to dry for a minute or two, just let it. And I put some on here so that when I introduce them together, that will be a bit tackier. And that one, can you see I'm not kind of thrown a wee bit because I did get in a wee bit of a mess with the glue there, but you know, I'm not going to hold it against myself. We will make this into a nice box. So I'm actually putting them aside to dry off a wee bit, and I'm going to get my designer series paper in to decide how I'm decorating it. So I am thinking that I like this purple, and so what I'm going to use this as the guide. So I'm going to draw some shapes using the main die to stick some paper or panels around, and for that I will use snail after. I'm using the wet glue to get the box to stick together simply because, and it's not working, simply because once wet glue is stuck, it stays stuck pretty well. So I can't get a, wonder if I can get a, why is it when you want something they're never to hand? Well, here's one here, a clip. I wonder if I just can get a clip in there. Might just hold it for a wee while longer. I'll just let that glue get tacky. So what, and if it doesn't work well, I'll just cut one out of normal card. I'm using a pencil and I'm drawing around the inside space on this die. Whoops. I'm going to do that twice with that shape, and then the sides are a bit narrower, so we'll use twice with the other shape. Okay, so I want the stripes going down the way. Probably could put it just like that on the edge. Should have thought of that before. And then this one on the edge. So I've got 4 shapes there, really simple shapes to cut out, and I've done it with pencil and I can just see my line. Just cut the tops. I'm going to just up and cut the bigger tops. Follow your pencil line. Right, move that out of the way. So, there's this one. 1, 2, 3, 'Let's cut the bottom lines. I'm nearly there. 3, 4 purple panels. I'm a bit quiet because I'm praying that this is going to work this time. The bit's out of the way. What do you think? Do you think it's got a hold now? I'll try this one. So fold it in, edges together. Like that's going to work, Janice, that's better. So there's your secret. Let the glue go a bit tacky first and then you'll not get in such a mess. The thing is it doesn't run everywhere then. But of course I forgot to put some on the base, so put a bit on the base there. Fold that tab in there, and then you're going to introduce the 2 shapes together and try and get everything to stick at once. And of course I've got sticky on my finger, might just hold it with the cloth a bit. So it is a bit finicky, but it's worth it because they're finished. So make sure your flaps go in the way. That one, and then just check. Much more fiddly, I have to say, with the glossy card than it was with normal card, because the normal card does absorb your glue a little bit. So I'm just going to fold that down so that I can just get my finger in there and persuade that it is going to stick. You will stick. Again, I think I'll just put a clip in to these sides. It's a bit of gentle persuasion. Probably it would be easier to put the panels on before you put the glue this all together. However, I was getting myself a bit anxious about whether it was going to glue together or whether I was going to have to start again. I've got another of these library clips here. Just going to pop it on there for a wee minute. I don't know, I have got a whole bag of these library clips, but because they weren't really in the plan for the project, I didn't think to put them out. So if you are going to use this glossy black, prepare to take a bit longer for it to stick, and put it aside to allow it to do. So that's it, I think that'll be fine. So we're just I'm going to lay that aside and let it dry and then continue. I'm going to let that dry before I do any more. So I'm going to switch off for a wee while and I'll come back. Okay, so I've taken the clips off. It seems to be quite sturdy. So secret you've learned with me is, what did you learn? Make sure your glue has dried a bit and it's a bit tacky before you try to offer the bits together. So really it's actually quite simple, it's just I made it a bit complicated by using too much wet glue and trying to stick it while it was still wet. So wait till it's tacky and off you go, no bother. So just to save a lot of messiness, where is my snail? Let's hope there's enough. So I'm just going to pop some, what we're doing, just a couple of bits of snail on my designer series paper. So will we have it one way, we'll have the ghosts showing on the sides and the purple on the front and back, I think, because I've got some other bits and ideas for decoration. I did cut out one of the witches from the designer series paper because I didn't think you really would want to watch me fussy cutting, but because I didn't buy the witch stamps, I can just cut out from the designer series paper. I mean, Halloween isn't really one of my things, and I don't have children at home anymore, and I'm not going to be with my grandchildren at Halloween, so, but I did have a half a pack of the designer series paper, and as I say, I did see the possibilities in this wee takeaway box. I think it's a takeout, as they say in the US, but a lot of our stuff has American terms in the names, but that is because the company is a US based company. They're based in Utah, and I am planning a holiday in that area, Arizona and Utah, maybe not next year but probably the year after that, and I fully intend going to visit the Stampin' Up! Headquarters in Salt Lake City, or at least I think that's where it is, but it's certainly in Utah. I'm pretty sure it's close to Salt Lake City, or if it's not in the city. Should really check that, shouldn't I? Anyway, there we go. So we put these panels that we drew using the inside of the die to get the shape. They fit nicely. So what we're going to put in here, so if it's for a Halloween treat, got some sweeties, got some nice gold wrapped sweeties, see, maybe 3 in there. Yeah, I think 3's plenty in there. Who doesn't like a wee sweetie? So that's that, and the fabulous way is the way this closes, so you've got 2 slots and you just introduce them to each other, the 2 wee slots. There you go. That's it closed. So I'm going to make a wee label, and obviously I need to be careful that not to stick this right across both, or I won't be able to open the box. And it's starting to come undone. It's fine now. I'm thinking I will do, when I do my next one, I'm going to do, when I glue the next one, it's going to be with tearing tape. This wet glue, it's not sticking that well to the slidey surface, but although I think this will be fine. But live and learn from each other. So now I'm going to, I've got this wee tag that I cut out, I'm going to stamp with it, and I've taken from the stamp box. There's some really nice sentiments in the stamp box here. So we've got something sweet to eat, love you lots, thank you, yum, this is for you, some Christmas cheer for you, so obviously you can use it. And there's a wee holly stamp there, and there's some, I suppose, fairy lights. There's sweeties, hearts. Less tricks and more treats is the one I'm going to use, and possibly the enjoy stamp. We'll just have a look. So I'm just going to stamp with Memento, simply, well, because it's black and it's, but use the base of black, but also because it's just lying beside me. What better reason would you need? So hopefully this fits onto this. So it says less tricks and more treats. So yeah, in Scotland it's Halloween, we call it, but in Scotland the tradition is not about tricks, it's about entertaining and about treats. I'm going to have a wee go here and use the little sweetie stamp here. It'll just kind of just put some sweets around the edge. Just a wee introduction of sweeties around the edge, just because I can. And then I'm going to put what will we put? What the small ones? Enjoy. I thought there was another small one for some reason, but it's Enjoy is the one that I can see that'll fit. Yeah, it's the only small sentiment that I think I'll go in here. Although the Yum might fit. Let's try, see if Yum will fit. I like Yum. Yum yum. Right, where's my block? Okay. See if I can fit that on. Just a bit to the edges, because I would normally have my head right over the top when I'm stamping. I think I'll pop Enjoy on the other side. Let's see. Enjoy. Okay, so that's the stamping done. And so just finish off the decorations. I'm going to have a witch on the front, do you think? So just use a bit of snail to stick her on, just down her middle there. A wee bit across her skirt. Now I cut this one from the bottom of the paper because I don't think you need all the feet, so she can just, she wasn't really whole, so there she is there. And I'm going to pop this on with Dimensionals. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put, that's not Dimensionals, Janice, that's decoration. So just a minute or two and we'll be done. I'm going to put my dimensional on here on the tab, and that way I'll know that I haven't stuck the fastening of my box together. So less tricks, more treats. Pop that there, and I have, yeah, a bit of our gold thread. I'll just cut off a bit and then fold it up a little, and then we'll pop it through. It's a bit fittery, this thread, but Look at the state of me. Anyway, fold it and maybe I fold it again, and then see if we can get the folded bit to go through. Oh, I don't know about this. Where are we? The hole is actually quite big, so maybe I'll be able to, yeah, there you go, no bother. Get that all through there. Just going to tie this in a bit of a knot here, I think. And then trim it, and then we'll just stick it on. I don't know how, I even thought I'm sticking it on, but we'll stick it on, don't worry. Actually, I think we'll just stick this on the side with a glue dot, if I knew where my glue dots were. Oh yeah, there they are. So, just going to quickly, just finishing off with a glue dot to stick it onto the box, and I'm having a bit of a tangle with my gold thread. It's just not wanting to stay put. Okay, so just kind of stick that under there, stick it so it's off the side. Okay, so less tricks and more treats. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Do you think it needs, I did bring some ribbon out, but do you know what, I don't think it needs it. I'm just going to leave it at that. So let's tidy up. Thanks for sticking with me, another one of my how not to videos. But do you know what, learning together is a good thing to do, and hopefully you've learned by my mistake. Well, not mistake, but you know, I found that wet glue wasn't the best thing on the shiny card. It's still wanting to come apart. I think with a bit of patience and you weren't rushing for a film, I actually think it will be okay. But if I do another one, I think I'm going to use tearing tape. So I'm just tidying up a wee bit. I'll let you see. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you've enjoyed this, even though it was a bit of a fumble. Get that out of the way. And there you have it, a little wee treat box to give to your favourite child or adult, or if you have people come calling at Halloween, how nice to have some things on hand to treat them with. What do you think? Let me know what you think. And let me know how you feel about me leaving these sort of bloopers in, or if you'd rather I just showed you the perfect things. What do you enjoy learning along with someone, or do you prefer we just show you it after we've perfected it? To be honest, if you're waiting for perfection from me, you're going to be waiting a long time. I don't do perfection. Not very well. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this project, and I'm sure you've got loads of ideas of your own. This is a brilliant set, and remember, when you do buy a bundle, 10% off, so it's a good opportunity while it's in the new catalogue. If it comes back in a future catalogue, it won't be as a bundle. So it's only the first time that these things feature that you can buy them as a bundle and get the 10% saving for. So go for it. Okay, thank you. When you subscribe, please push on the bell icon as well, and then you'll get notified of what's coming next. Thanks for putting up with me. Bye bye.